Hey guys, this is our robot explanation from the VEXU team COMET from the University of Texas at Dallas. We weren't able to compete at Worlds this year, unfortunately, but next year for high stakes, we're definitely going to show up at Worlds, and you better watch out. So let's start talking about our drive base. So our drive base is just a 6-stack of just motors, three 600 RPM, of course. And what we have here is a 30 RPM PET-G gear to a 36 to 48 to 62 gear, which is 360 RPM. And you may be asking, so something, one of a small design mistake we made was that instead of running 8 wheels, we decided to instead run 4 3.25 wheels, which overall was not the best design decision overall. So that's why we had these ramps, as we thought that would help them cross the barrier, but unfortunately they did not help us cross the barrier. But you know, it is what it is. So, but overall it was a very good, like overall pretty good drivetrain. And if we had the extra wheels, it definitely would have helped us cross the barrier better. So let's just talk about the most interesting part of our design. Overall, our intake. This intake is entirely 3D printed. Outside of the PVC spacers, everything is 3D printed on it, and we've had no issues with it like failing us or anything of the sort. The only time it ever came apart was at a match at Texas State for VEXU. The shaft collar fell off like this side of the intake, and this part just came off completely. And like if you go on the stream, I'll have like a shocked expression. But but overall, outside of like that unique circumstance, we've never had any issues with the intake. It is 260 RPM motors. The only issue with it was too fast. Since the gear ratio is a direct gear ratio, you zoom in here, you can see the lithium grease inside, which is really cool. But like overall, if we just tuned it, it definitely would have been a really good intake. So you can also see our Catapult. It is a 48 to a 62. So, but the issue with the Catapult is that the gear ratio was just not enough torque. So it's probably, since it's 48 to 60, it's probably 80 RPM. I could be wrong. You can probably double check that. But like I can launch it, as you can see. It's also what had our hang as well, but because of the issue with the gear ratio, it just overall was just not the best for running skills and everything. That's why we had to add the extra motor, but you know, we still had issues with sometimes it burning out, especially during our hang. I remember we were testing hang one time in our and the both motors just burnt out, and we had to wait basically the entire day for them to cool down. So unfortunately, that really sucks. And now we move on to our wings. As you can see with our wings, something that's very unique is that we run motorized wings because our pneumatics didn't come in time. So you can see here, you can see. There you go. Yeah, it's not like they're not like working like quite a yet, but you can see that we have a very unique like linkage mechanism that makes them
over center lock.
Yeah, so like that like make them really interesting, like straight out of FTC. For some reason they're bugging out right now, but it was very good overall. We probably should have installed wedges to help them push the tri-balls over better, but overall they're like pretty good and very unique. But in like a redesign, if we decide to go to Worlds, we definitely would have used pneumatics. You can also see in the center our battery clamp out of PET-G. You know, it's better than we've never had any issues with it. It just kept the battery very good. You can see it when it works. Very nice, very nice. And we have zip ties to keep the Catapult from like wiggling around, because we didn't have much weight to keep it centered. So overall, pretty cool robot. We were very disappointed not to go to Worlds, but definitely for high stakes, we're gonna go to Worlds, and we're going to hopefully get some banners and win some trophies. So.